Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Gaither. I serve as the lead pastor here at First Baptist Church McAllen, and on behalf of our church family, on behalf of the Warkentine family, I want to say thank you for being here today, for your kindness, your support, your prayers over this last week, but even over this last year that's had many difficulties and trials. And so just want to say thank you for being here this morning. We're here to celebrate the life of a man who I did not know liked birds. But from those pictures, as a young man, is not quite as young as man, a love of birds, motorcycles. At least he had a helmet on the little one. One of the things I know about Jerry is he has been consistent in my life for the last 6 years. He's been consistent in my life as a pastor here, as a fellow basketball fan here in the Rio Grande Valley. And my son was playing against his grandson a little bit over the last couple of years. But I'll tell you, through thick and thin, through his own physical health struggles, through the pandemic that we walk through life in church, what's happening in families, in our community, that man was consistently supportive and encouraging, and he always had a story to tell me about somebody he was able to share the gospel with. It was always on the tip of his tongue. And we talked that the Lord had uniquely deployed him into medical missions over the last couple of years, not in a way that any of us would want to choose, but as he was going to get treatment for his physical body, the Lord was revealing the great physician to the very physicians that were there to physically help him. Can't tell you how many times he would say, "I got to tell you the story. This nurse came in and she looked upset, and she was plugging me in, giving me my IV, she was giving me my treatment, and I just found out that she was going through a lot of hard things, and I was able to lead her to Jesus Christ that day." What a challenge, and I serve in the role of a pastor, so I'm supposed to be strong in those, Jesus always on the tip of my tongue, but to know the real suffering that he was going through, and yet the ability to serve others, even with the goodness of the gospel, to care about other people that were right in front of him in the midst of his greatest struggles, was personally a challenge that I had received from him. And I'll tell you, in the life of this church and obviously in the life of this family, he is a person that we will absolutely miss. He is someone that everybody you talk to has a story, and we know that today is an opportunity to really just begin the process of grieving, celebrating. It's appropriate today to laugh when you think of things and stories that make you laugh. It's appropriate to not be able to talk and be taken over by sadness when you face the reality. We'll talk about this throughout the service, but Jerry knew Jesus Christ personally. Jerry knew that there was a place for him in heaven, a seat, if you will, at the table. Carlene and I kind of teased that he had had such difficulties in the last couple of months of being able to eat and communicate. She said, "I know exactly what he was doing as soon as he got to heaven. He's sitting at a table, feasting and talking." And there is a reality that Jerry's hope was not just in this life, but it was in eternity. And there was a chair for him, if you will, in eternity, a chair that which he now resides. There's also the reality that it leaves an empty chair here. And that is a difficult and challenging loss. We grieve that. We celebrate that we know